bit of a dispute with our landlord.
Okay.
He gave us notice of entry. We did allow him to enter. He objected to the video cameras being run.
Okay. Why are you videotaping him?
He has displayed abusive behavior on occasions in the past
Okay.
in our unit. He denies it. He's actually gone so far as to commit perjury. And I've consulted legal counsel on that point.
Okay.
So we chose to run video and audio surveillance while he was in the unit, and he objected to it and left.
Okay. What was the purpose of him being in the unit?
He gave us a notice of entry
Okay, thank you, sir.
to come and do some work on the windows. I can actually show you the notice of entry. I have it.
Sure.
Okay.
That sounds like he's gonna die.
What's that?
That sounds like he's gonna die.
Yeah, it doesn't sound good, does it?
So I noticed that he mentioned the video. Have you videotaped him before?
Yes, we have on a number of occasions, and
Okay.
he's aware of that.
I don't understand what's going on here other than adults are acting like children by the sounds of it.
Yeah.
With respect, sir, I can show you the videos. His behavior is clearly abusive and well over the line, legal lines.
Can I start with your name? Do you have any ID on you, actually?
I do.
Can I get that?
What a driver's license do?
Yeah, that'd be perfect. Thank you, sir.
I can give you that back.
And you're number 2?
Yes, that's correct.
Number 2 tenant.
And I do apologize for the video cameras, gentlemen. I really do.
We get videoed all the time. I don't
Yeah.
personally have a problem with
No,
people
me neither.
videotaping me.
You video away.
It's nevertheless a bit of a discourtesy.
It's what, sorry?
It's still a bit of a discourtesy, and I apologize for
Doesn't bother me at all.
No, it's not a discourtesy at all.
So obviously there's some kind of an issue between you and the landlord. You guys have had problems in the past and you feel it necessary to record him while he's there for your own protection, I guess?
Yes, there are
Okay.
a number of tribunal actions against
Okay.
him as well for harassment.
Well, I mean, what's going on with the apartment? Are you planning on staying in that apartment?
Yes, we are.
Are they planning on evicting you, or has there been
He
any
has-
discussion that way? No?
he
So as
has
far as you
not-
know, you're good to stay there?
Correct.
Okay, so he's just got to go in to do some work. There's no law saying you can't videotape someone in your own residence if they're aware of it.
I'm well aware of that, Constable.
So, I mean, sorry, what's the landlord's name? John?
John
Yeah.
Serino.
John. So John called us because he felt that you videotaping him was harassment. It's not harassment.
I'm well aware of that too,
Okay,
Constable.
all right.
Thank you.
You got a phone number?
I do. 289
289
6908
6908
6779.
6779. All right.
Now, did Mr. Serino call you?
Yes, he's
This
the one
is a
that called us.
complaint?
Yeah.
Okay. Could I get your badge numbers and an incident number as well,
Absolutely.
please?
Yeah, man.
I don't know that there will be a report associated with this. I mean, we've spoken to you. We've got to speak to John,
Okay.
figure out what's going on. But if there's nothing criminal going on, there's no report.
Fine. I'll give you a heads up. You may be summoned to a landlord-tenant board hearing, merits hearing over this one.
In 26 years of policing, I have never gone to an L&T tribunal. So
I'd be very surprised. if I
the
was summoned to that
landlord and tenant tribunals is strictly between the landlord and the tenants. It's got nothing to do with police. Like I say, it would be a first for me. I'm not saying it can't happen or won't happen, but it would be a first in 26 years.
Okay.
So
The other tenant, what's that person's name? Is that his spouse?
No, no, she's a roommate. Her
A
name
roommate?
is Marie Ball.
Can you spell the name?
Marie, M-A-R-I-E, Ball, Bravo, Alpha, Lima, Lima.
Date of birth? You know her date of birth?
September 15th, 19... You're going to have to ask her.
Okay, we'll ask her when we go. How you doing, sir? Okay. So you called us?
Absolutely.
Okay, so what's going on?
Here's the letter I gave them with property standards for in attendance.
Thank you.
So that's my partner's name there
In the
and
letter
his
it
badge
says-
number.
In the letter it says, do
Okay,
not
that's
talk to me
my
when I
name
work
and my
before
badge
the
number, and
work
that's the
should be
incident
done.
number.
Caution,
Okay.
videotape, recording
Thank you,
videos,
Constable
harassment not
Elcroft.
be allowed. Okay? They've been harassing us every time we go up to do work. They've been interrogating us before we come in the door. It was a 10-15 minute ritual at the door with property standards just to get in the unit to explain that we have to do work, which is a simple concept in life, but some people don't understand it readily, so it has to be explained every time we're at the door.
Okay.
So this is another viewment of harassment stopping us from doing our work.
Okay.
This isn't the first time.
All right. Hang on. Let me go over what I
Absolutely.
understand so far.
Absolutely.
There's issues between you guys.
Absolutely.
I don't know what those are. I don't need to know. It's ongoing, right? He feels it necessary for his own safety to record what's going on while you're in his apartment. Okay? Just because you wrote on the 24-hour notice
Yes.
that he's not allowed to videotape while
Yes.
you're in there,
And
that's
they're-
not legally binding.
And they're talking to us, harassing us as we're working.
How are they harassing you? What are
Well,
they
she
saying?
turned around and she was talking to me when I was working on the ladder.
So just ignore her.
This says, do not talk to me.
That's not legally binding.
No, it's not.
No, you giving 24
When,
hours
when I
notice.
came last time when they called me on harassment, they called it, issued it on me. They asked me to leave and I left.
Okay.
No,
And-
no issues.
Right.
I get a call sitting at home minding my own business because they asked me to leave.
Yep.
They're placed a harassment charge on me.
Okay.
And they asked me to leave.
Were you charged?
No, I wasn't.
So it's not a harassment charge.
So
It's a harassment complaint,
but I know I did
which
not.
was investigated, and the police found it to be unfounded. Therefore, you weren't charged. Which
but-
is the same thing that's going on here with you.
Yeah.
He's legally entitled to videotape anybody in his apartment
He
with
is.
their knowledge
Yeah.
as much as he wants.
Okay, and then I'll videotape him back.
Absolutely.
Not
if
a
that's
problem.
what we're gonna,
Not a problem.
If
We
that's
want-
how it's gonna boil down,
I'm-
if
I'm-
everybody
I'm-
wants
I'm
to
just
act
saying.
like children,
Yeah.
by all means
I'm
act
just
like
saying.
children.
I like the video. Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad.
Okay, John.
Yeah.
If we're gonna act like children,
No, he's doing it right now. Look what
I
he's
know
doing.
he's recording.
Okay,
He's
all
been
right.
recording me from the minute I
Okay,
got here.
okay,
But you
which
guys
is-
are
which
acting
is-
like children.
Yeah, but this is harassment.
It's not harassment.
It
I
is.
get
I'm trying to
videotaped
work.
all the time. I'm
trying
trying
to
to work right now and he's videotaping
That's
me.
right.
If it were illegal, I'd be arresting him.
I'm on
It's
a,
not
I'm on a
illegal.
ladder. Measuring windows.
Yeah.
It's not safe being on a ladder.
Yeah.
I'm 60 years old almost.
Okay.
And I have to think about what I do nowadays.
Absolutely. So
And
ignore them.
I got this person standing beside me, videotaping me, and when I turn around, I look, and she says, "I have every right to videotape you." And I'm sitting there
She
going,
does.
"You were told before I came in this was
But
one of
that's
the
not
conditions."
legally binding.
It was a condition that.
No, you are legally required to give 24 hours notice that you're going to go into
I
the
did.
apartment to do
I
work,
did.
and that's it.
Exactly,
You
and I
putting
did.
in there that they're
Yeah.
not allowed to talk to you, they're not
Yeah.
allowed to video you.
Yeah.
That's not legally binding.
Well, the 24-hour notice here extends till tomorrow and the next day. That means
Yeah.
I'm coming back tomorrow and
Right.
the next day.
And I can guarantee you, they're going to videotape you while you're in
And
there.
you know what? And I'll be videotaping them back.
Okay.
We'll play the same game they want to play with me.
Absolutely.
Not a
It's a
problem.
childish game, and if
It
you
is.
both want to
It
play
is.
it, you're
It is.
fully entitled
You're
to.
right. It is childish.
What I would
It is
suggest to
childish.
you as the landlord, if you're having these kind of issues
Yes.
with a tenant, go through the eviction process.
I am going through the process, but right now I'm dealing with their issues
Okay.
first.
Yep.
Before that, and number two is I have a property standards which I believe that they called.
Right.
Okay, because they called me and they give me an ultimatum to get
Okay.
the work done.
Now, was there
So-
somebody here from Property Standards
Absolutely.
today?
They were here this
so they
morning.
saw what was going on. Can you not talk to them and say, look,
we did. They were there at the
okay,
door.
hang
when
on,
we
hang
came
on.
in.
Let me finish my question. Can you not talk to them and say, look, can we get a delay on getting the repairs done
Can
until
you
I
come-
can?
can you
Hang
come
on,
down?
hang on. Let
Yeah.
me finish, please. Can you not talk to the Property Standards people and say, can we get a delay on the work order until I can go through the eviction
And-
process?
and they're
because
telling-
this is, hang
They're telling
on.
me no.
If you're
I'm
going to keep
answering-
interrupting
I'm answering
me,
your
if
question.
you're going to keep interrupting, I
Okay.
hadn't finished my question.
Okay.
If you're going to keep interrupting, I'm going to leave
Continue.
because there's nothing
Continue.
criminal going on here.
Continue.
Okay? Can you not suggest to the property management standards branch, whatever it's called,
Yes.
that they put a delay on the work order until you go through the eviction process
Absolutely.
so that you don't have to deal with this?
This was already done.
Okay, so are they putting a delay on it? Can you
No.
delay the work?
You know, what they're doing to me is they're telling me that I have to either get a contractor in to do it, do it, it has to be done.
Okay.
So I told them that if they send people in to do the work, I will sue the city and I will sue them personally myself.
And again, that's fully within your rights to do.
You're absolutely within my rights to do. But I'm just telling you, nobody can withhold you from, according to the Landlord and Tenant Act, from the 24 hours of coming in. They've
Right.
done it once before. They've
Okay.
done it once before and asked me to leave.
Okay.
And I've done it a second. I keep shaking your head. Put that in the camera when you shake your head. Go like this. Put it in your camera. But anyways, they've done it once before, right? And it was there. And now he's harassing me by doing that. But
He's not harassing
He
you.
is.
He's acting like a child,
Yeah.
much the
You
same
might
way
feel
as you are.
harassed. I'm
Yeah.
sure it feels
Yeah,
like you're
it
being
is.
harassed.
Both
but
of you
according
guys
to
are
law,
acting like
I
six-year-olds.
want to do the work. I come here with my tools to do the work.
Then go in and do the work.
That's a 6-year-old.
They're videotaping you. Who
That's a
cares?
6-year-old.
No, the argument is that of a child's argument.
Because every time we do something, they're trying to make an issue. They've harassed my tenants on the first floor.
Okay,
They've
so why
harassed the
have you
tenant.
not started the
I
eviction
just told
process?
you we have, but the problem is this: you have to finish one order before you step into the next. And they put multiple.
Work orders have nothing to do with
I'm
eviction.
not talking work orders. I'm talking the eviction order itself.
Okay.
Right. I talked to my paralegal. We have to do this first. She does it for a living.
Okay.
I'm not going to argue with her.
My suggestion to you then, if this is the way him and his roommate are going to carry on,
Yes.
and if you feel bothered by it or upset or harassed, I'm telling you right now, it's not harassment according to the criminal code.
Okay.
Okay? If you feel bothered by it,
Yes.
you've given them notice,
Yes.
go in, start to do the work. If this is the way he's going to carry on and you feel uncomfortable, leave and the work doesn't get done. But make documents. I attempted to do the work. I
did.
felt
did.
harassed or bothered or upset
Absolutely.
by the tenants, so I
Absolutely.
left. That way you're covered.
That's why I did leave.
Okay?
Because after telling them and in writing, more than 24-hour
but
notice, more than a 24-hour
The
notice.
24-hour notice,
More
I
than-
know you can
more
give
than-
it, it's called a 24-hour
Yes,
notice,
yes.
but you can give it well in advance of 24
Absolutely,
hours. I get that.
absolutely.
But to put in there saying that you're coming in to do work, that's all you're required to do, and that's all they're required to know. But you adding in a couple lines saying you're not to videotape me, you're not to talk to me, it's not legally binding.
Okay, so
Okay.
They can say whatever they want while I'm working.
You absolutely, you can say whatever you want to me, so long as it doesn't constitute a threat.
Yeah, but
Right?
they're hindering my work as they're talking to me.
If you feel uncomfortable or unsafe because you feel that they're distracting you while
Yes.
you're on a ladder or whatever,
Yes.
then don't do the work. Make a note of it. That way,
That's
if
exactly
the
it.
tribunal comes back on you and
Yes.
says, why isn't this work done?
Yes.
You've got documents. I attended on this date.
And I was on a ladder when
Right.
they were harassing me.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. So document that.
I am right now.
Okay.
You're writing it down.
But what he's doing right now, recording us,
Yes.
is not against the law.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
fine. I have no court. I have no court. He's outside. He can do whatever he wants.
Yeah.
The
But
point,
even in his apartment, it's his
the
apartment.
point is, I've asked for this so I wouldn't be harassed. So when
I
I'm
know,
on a ladder,
but he's
I'm
not willing
bothered.
to do that.
When I'm no, he should say that. That's not said. What is
But he
what's
doesn't,
happening?
he
what's
doesn't
happening
have to
is-
reply to your 24-hour notice.
No, he should say that in the notice that we're going to record you anyways. And then I would say, you know what? When I
Okay,
add the
but
changes,
hang on,
come
time
back.
out. When you give 24 hours
Yes.
notice to go into an apartment to
Yes.
do work, the tenant is not required to respond to that or give you a notice,
Uh-huh.
right?
They're not?
I
If
don't
there's something
believe so.
objectionable on the sheet, there's not. He responds to everything I do.
The 24-hour notice that the landlord is required to give is strictly 24 hours notice that there's going to be work done
And
in
that means
the
I can
apartment.
go into the apartment,
Right.
into any area I need to do the work.
Right.
Unbothered and unhindered.
Doesn't specify that.
I'm just saying, unbothered.
Doesn't specify
Oh,
that.
no,
It
but-
specifies
okay.
that if you give 24 hours
Yeah.
notice that you're going in to do work,
Yes.
you are legally allowed to go into that apartment to do work. It says nothing about
The
being
last time-
unhindered or bothered or
The last time I came
videotaped.
in here,
Yeah.
and they charged me with harassment.
You just said you didn't get charged.
No, they put a call in.
Wait.
They heard complaints of
Okay,
harassment.
right.
I take that as a charge. You take it as a complaint.
It's not a charge.
No, it's not the
That's
same thing.
Anyway,
completely different.
I accept that way. But anyways, I talked to the officer, and the officer said it was in the best interest I didn't come back.
Yeah.
And I didn't. I said, "There's not a problem. If they don't
Yeah.
want the work done, I can't stop them."
I'm not advising you not to come back because
Yeah.
you do have certain obligations under the
I'm just saying
Landlord
the
and
other
Tenant Act.
officer did.
Yep, no, I know. But what I'm saying is, because you have certain obligations
Yes.
under the Landlord and Tenant Act
Yes.
to do repairs and all the rest of it, if you give 24 hours notice to say I'm going to be in the apartment on these dates during these times to do such and such a work,
Not a problem.
that's all you're legally required to do, and then you're allowed to go into that apartment.
Okay.
But there's nothing saying that he can't videotape you or talk to you. You can ask him politely, dude, I'm on a ladder, please don't distract me.
Exactly.
If he continues to do it and you feel unsafe, leave. Say,
And
you know
and
what,
I did.
I can't work under these
And I did.
conditions.
He wasn't in the room, it was his
Yeah, his roommate.
roommate.
I get that.
I was in the room.
Yeah.
Okay? And she's standing there. My brother turned to me and told me she's videotaping you. And then she said something which I didn't even hear. I don't
Yeah.
care, right? Because I'm trying to do my work.
Yeah.
And as she's talking, I said, you know what? This part of the agreement is not to talk to us. Leave us alone so we can do our work.
Yeah, but
They're
that's
the
not
ones-
an agreement.
Hold on.
Do you know what I'm
they're
saying?
the
though?
ones asking to do the work, and they're the ones hindering us from doing the work.
Okay.
Does that make any sense?
Them videotaping you really isn't hindering. He's videotaping me right now. It's not hindering the job I'm doing. I'm not behaving any differently than I would if he wasn't videotaping me. So that is neither here nor there.
But it is a form of harassment.
It's not harassment.
For me, it is.
Okay, well, I don't know how
I'm
to
being
explain it
harassed
to you.
because he's standing
Legally, it's
hanging
not
on a table.
harassment.
Okay?
Okay, I know what you're saying. You feel bothered by it, but it's not harassment. So if you're in there trying to do work and you feel the conditions are unsafe because you're being distracted,
Yes, and I was.
then leave. But make note of it, document it, so that when
Got a note of it right
complaints,
now.
I'm going to be giving you the same card that I gave
Yeah.
him with his name, my name, and the
Yeah.
incident number. Okay. We will be putting in a report because this isn't going to resolve itself.
I know, it's in
Okay.
it's in the courts, not in the
Absolutely.
tribunal right now. And like I said, we're ongoing with this, we're trying to get this resolved.
Yep.
They're not working with us.
That's
They're
what it
doing
sounds like.
Everything in their power to stop us from
Yep.
doing the work that they're requesting done.
Yep.
They're the ones that are requesting it done.
Oh,
It's
absolutely.
Like, it's like me saying, there's a problem with your car under the hood, but you won't open the hood.
Yeah.
Who's
No,
stopping,
I get
who's
it.
stopping
I
you
get
from
it.
doing the work?
I get it.
I know, but they don't get it.
No,
This is the problem.
But that's the thing. This gentleman's been here the whole time before you got here, during this conversation. So, I mean, I'm not going to tell him the exact same thing I've just told you. He's been present for it. He's got it on tape. He can review it later if he wants. Right? I think this whole thing is childish. What's going
I
on?
agree 1,000%.
Okay. I don't know what the issue is that you two have between each other, but obviously it's not possible for you guys to get along. If you want the work done in your apartment, I would suggest staying out of his way and letting him get it done. If you want to record, record. He can't stop you, I can't stop you. Okay? But if he's up on a ladder and you're talking to him or your roommate's talking to him and he feels distracted, it's an unsafe work environment. And I'm advising him, through common sense, get off the ladder and leave.
I don't
It's
wanna
not
fall
safe.
down. I don't want to fall down.
Right? So if you want the work done in the apartment, let him do his work. And then he'll leave. He doesn't want to be there any longer than he absolutely has to be. And it sounds like you don't want him there any longer than he absolutely has to be. Okay?
It
So
says here in a timely fashion can be done without
absolutely.
harassment.
I get that. I
It's-
get
it's
that.
there.
I'm trying to be the voice of
I
reason
agree.
here.
I
Right?
understand you 100%.
So you have to cover yourself. You have to cover yourself. I get that's what you think you're doing with the camera, but if he feels distracted, the work's not going to get done. If you want the work done, stay out of his way. Let him get it done, and then he doesn't have to be in your apartment
That's
anymore.
excellent advice.
Right?
What about leaving the apartment while he's doing the work?
Yeah, you don't have to leave the
Absolutely
apartment.
not. We've learned to our dismay that's a very bad idea.
Now, let me put it here on the record also. They've lived here over a year.
Okay.
There's never been an issue until around December. Their third party that lived with him moved out, and I just assumed that they're short on the rent. It's just nice, and I was probably right. As far as I know, Paul is not working, as far as I know.
Well, that's neither here nor there.
I know, but as far as I know, right?
Yeah.
And it would make sense that they're living off of one income. And it's disability or whatever she's on, I don't know.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. But it makes sense. And I feel that they're doing everything in their power to stall everything
Okay.
to get an abatement on the rent.
If they're behind in rent, though, that's even
absolutely.
more ammunition
We
for
are
you
behind.
for the
Yeah.
eviction process.
For the record, we are
Right.
not.
Absolutely.
I'm not worried about what you
Pete,
do
let
for a
it
living.
go.
I'm not worried about what you do for a living. I'm not worried about whether you guys are on disability, whether you have billion-dollar-a-year jobs. It's none of my business, okay? The reason I'm here today is because you called,
I called, yes.
because you were feeling harassed.
Yes.
I'm explaining to both of you that what they're doing isn't technically harassment under the criminal code.
I will,
But
I'm-
if you're trying to do work and you don't feel safe, don't do it. Leave.
I will be here tomorrow morning to do my work.
Okay.
And I will take your advice, and I'll
Absolutely.
bring my own camera.
Absolutely.
And I'll have my brother hold it and videotape them while they're videotaping.
Absolutely.
And just
if you
to-
feel that's
yeah.
going to help you get the work
Well,
done,
it'll show that they're harassing us or talking to us when we're working. Okay? Because it'll record the voice.
honestly, guys, all three of you are involved in this. I think this whole thing is astronomically childish.
I agree.
I have 3 children and they don't act like this.
My whole objective, I
With
just did,
respect, Constable, you do not have complete information on the situation.
I have,
I've got enough information to know that this whole thing is childish.
Would you like to see a video of the
I
don't need
abuse
to see
I've
the
suffered
video.
at his
I don't need
hands?
to see the video.
I had a work order on the other side there, the other side of the house,
Yeah.
which I'm assuming came from the same direction. But the point is, the dates, well, I assumed they were the same dates, and I was wrong. And when I found out there was a different date, I called them immediately. Within 7 days of me calling her,
Yeah.
it took us, we started at 11 o'clock, and by 5 in the evening we were finished.
Okay.
There's a tenant on the other side. You can ask her if she was talked to, or, I'm just saying.
We could go back
And
17 years.
I'm not going
It's
back,
not going to
this
change.
just happened recently.
Okay,
Right
but
now.
it doesn't involve why we're here today.
What I'm getting at is, the work went smoothly, it was done,
Yep.
without harassment, without bothersome, and it went smoothly.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you know what? It could happen again if somebody doesn't act childish when I'm trying to do the work in their apartment. Just as you said.
Absolutely. You know what? I totally get it. When I'm trying to do my job, if people constantly keep interrupting me, I can't get the work done.
I agree. And you know what? I am the last person to call you guys, believe me. I really don't want to call you guys. I really don't, because
Most people don't.
I think it's silly.
Yeah.
I think it is silly to waste your time and whatever dollars an hour.
It's not a waste. Like
It
if
is
we
to
can
me.
come and help sort things out
I
so that
agree.
you guys can do what needs to be done.
I agree. But
How much longer do you think you're going to need in the apartment to get the work done
it's
that
gonna
needs to be
it's
done?
gonna be a while because I have to measure all the windows.
Yeah.
Right. I have to take apart the storm windows afterwards. Right.
Okay.
Order them because the windows are behind the storm windows.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
They want me to explain every aspect of the job. But all they have to do is understand the job is being done.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So they're harassing me the minute I come in the door. What are you doing? Why are you here? We don't want that done first. No, you can't do that.
Okay, so if
I'm
that's
just saying.
happening,
Yes.
if you've got work to do,
Yes.
you just have to give them 24 hours notice
We do.
that you're coming in to do work.
And this is what happened when we were.
If they're not willing to let you in to do the work,
Yes.
you don't have to explain step by step what it is you have to do.
Yeah.
Just say, I'm here to work on the windows.
Yeah.
If they want a detailed explanation,
It's in the work order.
just say, look, here's the work order.
Yeah.
Are you going to let me in to do the work or not? If
Absolutely.
they're not going to, then
Absolutely.
you leave, but document it.
Absolutely.
Right.
And the last time it was documented when they said I harassed her.
Okay.
The point is, I was stopped by her from coming in the unit.
Yep.
I asked her 3 times, can I come in the unit? 3 times, she said no. I went and got my caretaker downstairs as a witness.
Turn around and leave. They're
Went
not
and asked
letting
my
you in.
caretaker as a witness.
Yep.
Then she changed her mind because I had an extra witness.
Yeah, fair enough. That happens.
I went into the unit. I thought, okay, I can get some work done now.
Yeah.
Right? I took a picture of the
Yeah.
inside of the fridge because I wanted to make sure the serial number was right.
Yeah.
You know, he's accusing me of having a fridge that's outdated. And the fridge is perfectly dated. There's nothing wrong with it.
Okay.
But I got letters from this guy every week. Every 2 weeks, he's giving me a letter. Right? This is wrong. It's continued harassment. It's never stopped, and I've ignored it. I've ignored
Yeah.
it. Believe me, I'm bigger than that. I've ignored it.
Yeah.
The point is, even when we get to the tribunal, and I show him the information that he's accusing me of, he's the one that dropped that. He's all, we're no longer pursuing that. You know why? Because he can no longer intimidate me with that issue. But he'll bring up any issue
But
he
you
can.
need to keep all those records too,
And
just
I have,
to protect
and
yourself.
I have.
Okay.
The point being is he'll invent whatever issue he can. And I know when this is done, he'll invent
Find
a new
something
one.
else.
Absolutely, absolutely. Because that's the nature of the beast. Okay? And the previous tenancy, I've talked to the person there.
Yep.
They were also evicted from the previous tenancy. I'm just telling you, I know it has nothing to do with this. So the background shows that this person is repetitive in doing what he does.
Okay.
Okay?
I can't take sides.
I'm not telling you to
Right.
take sides. I'm not
So,
telling you.
I mean, I've listened to this gentleman's story. I've listened to your story.
Yep.
You two are going to continue to butt heads?
I'm not going to butt heads with it. I'm going to go in and do my work.
Absolutely.
But I don't want to be harassed.
Okay, so I'm going to give you my card.
Not a problem.
I've got the same information on that I gave to this gentleman.
Absolutely.
You've got everybody's names involved so that we can do up the report. Perfect.
So tomorrow I will be here in the morning.